Both of you are embarked on your next careers, helping to change the world. I'm curious what the process is when you decide what to focus on. There's so many things there.
Well, when I left the White House, I decided to focus on things that I had cared about when I was there, where I could still make a difference. One is our Health Access Initiative, thanks largely to funding from the Gates Foundation, where we've been able to drive down the price of AIDS and malaria drugs.
And Melinda and I always knew we'd have the responsibility and the enjoyment of giving the resources away. So it was an exploration process and really traveling throughout the world when you see the poorest and you see what we take for granted in terms of our children surviving, our children's health. That became the thing to go after.
Speaking of that, I know you have traveled together there, so I'm curious of a couple things. One is, because both of you are so famous, how do you get past the bubble to really connect with people there?
We go to a lot of places where people have no television, so we're not all that famous.
Yeah.
You just have to go to these places and ask questions. When Bill and I went, Melinda was with us tonight. She asked better questions than we did on some of these HIV/AIDS prevention efforts. I was very impressed.
Well, there was a microbicide, which is a thing a woman can use to protect herself from getting HIV, and it was a trial. And understanding, was it something that the woman, was the experience okay for her, and what about her partner? Mm-hmm. Neither Bill or I were willing to ask that in a very direct way. We were sort of hinting at it, but Melinda was able to ask very directly, both the male and female, and it was good. It's important feedback.
And one of the things that I respected about what Bill and Melinda were doing is they were willing to work in Lesotho. Lesotho had, when we were there, the 3rd or 4th highest AIDS infection rate in the world. But it had the only government at the time that was willing to say, look, we're going to test everybody 12 years old or older unless they opt out. And we had gone out, our health access group, and found people who were HIV positive who were willing to go up into these villages. A third of the people live in the mountains so high that you can't get there except on pack animals or foot. All they knew was we were showing up and trying to help them. I was just there in Malawi at one of our farm projects, and the woman that we were helping there was farming an acre with a hoe, and she had learned new planting techniques, and she looked at me and she said, "You think you could do this?" She said, "Well, do it then." And I got a hoe, and we were planting together. She said, "How'd you learn to do this?" And I explained it. When I was 6, I lived on a little farm like this. And, that's much more important, that we can help them live their lives than who we used to be. Do you agree with that?
Sure.